What's up, travelers? We are here in Oakland Chinatown, and in this video I'm gonna feature 3 must-eats in Oakland Chinatown. And we're not featuring dim sum or egg tarts. I'm gonna be featuring 3 places that I've been going to for the past 2 decades of my life, so you know it's darn good. Let's go, travel heads. The first spot on the list is Shan Dong. My grandma used to take me here all the time, and you know when a granny suggests something to you, you know it's gonna be pretty good. Shan Dong is the OG spot in Chinatown. You can see the making of fresh noodles and dumplings on the front counter. The first spot on the list is Shan Dong. What did we get over here in Shan Dong?
We got the Shan Dong dumplings, which is a pork and vegetable dumpling. There's Shan Dong chicken, which is their specialty. And we also got the Sesame noodles. Also another specialty there is a hand-pulled noodle.
So you pay an extra $1, they make it handmade for you as well. For the sesame paste noodle, that is. And for the dumplings, they're both handmade.
So you can definitely see that the noodles they make there are definitely a lot thicker than like your standard like Chow Mein noodles and something like that. Yeah. Like you said again, they're making it in-house and it's all hand-pulled.
The sesame paste noodle has some greens in it.
Greens, sesame paste, definitely some chili oil.
Yep, chili oil. Definitely gonna be a chewy bite, alright.
The noodle isn't tough even though it's thick. It's got a good chew to it and like really good flavor, and it absorbs all like the flavor from the sesame as well.
You could definitely taste the sesame paste.
Oh yeah. Really creamy, almost like peanut butter. But
yeah, peanut butter.
Flavor.
For Shan Dong, the sesame noodles, it's something I always get when I'm around here. Shan Dong chicken. People like to compare it to orange chicken. You can't get it anywhere else that tastes just like this. Skin still crispy.
Absorbs into the chicken really well.
It's a little soggy with a light outside crisp. Sweet and sour is a choice of words to explain it. Love the Shan Dong chicken. We have here their dumplings now, the handmade dumplings as well. What's in the dumplings?
So it has pork and vegetables in there, but the thing is, they actually make the skin in-house too.
The skin is pretty thick. It's up. That sauce, you can smell the vinegar in it.
Smell the vinegar, smell the soy.
These dumplings are huge too. They're pretty darn big. The skin is really soft. The meat's pretty soft as well.
Pork isn't overcooked. There's a good amount of vegetables in there because you do need your vegetables.
You can taste the freshness in the dumpling as well. There is like a balance of taste in it. I thought when you put vinegar sauce, it's really strong, but it gives it a little balance.
But without overpowering it.
Yeah. And on to our next destination. Before we move on to our second spot, I do want to address the elephant in the room, which is the attacks on Asian, which, you know, it's been going kind of out of hand. We already know that during COVID, it has risen a lot. But now, we're in 2021 and there's been even a lot more attacks.
I think it is an unfortunate thing. Hard to really say, especially because the attacks have been on elderly Asian as well.
The vulnerable.
They are the most vulnerable. So, but it's also important that we don't demonize each other and that, you know, we do fight and call for that unity instead. Because growing up in Oakland, it's such a mixed area, and like so many other cities, you know, we have our problems, but at the same time, it's important for us to come together rather than dividing and, you know, fighting with each other.
So just check out groups like Asian Hustle Network or Hate is a Virus, which is a non-profit group, and see how you can help or volunteer and see what you can do to help the community, because these attacks just aren't cool. It's like, my grandparents don't live too far from Chinatown, and this is a spot a lot of elders are at, and they are scared. We are scared, but someone has to
grew up around here too, you know. Not just that. So.
Chinatown is somewhere I'm always headed towards. It's somewhere I'm always visiting, and not just Oakland Chinatown, like everywhere, San Francisco, the whole United States. Like the attack on Asian is going way too far. It's up to us to really voice it out, and yeah, so check out groups like Asian Hustle Network, Hate is a Virus.
If you can, try to get involved, volunteer, you know, just there are programs in your cities that you can, you know, participate in and work with. So.
Yeah, anyway, to spot number 2 we go. The next spot on the list is Spices 3. It's a spot that's filled with spice, Sichuan that is. So if you like your spice, then this is the place to go to. It's a little hidden in Chinatown. It's more of the outskirts of Chinatown. My sister used to bring me here all the time. So again, another family member that recommends a spot. Till this day, it's a spot I still go to. It's cash only here. If I were you, I'd be careful where I park around the area. We have here Spices 3. Place is filled with Sichuan spice, chili oil, you name it, you know. If you're a spice person, Spices 3 is the place to go to in Oakland Chinatown. Probably the best when it comes to chili oil and spice, right?
It's one of their specialties there, spicy foods, like that. So they make food that has spices in it, but without being spicy.
Yeah, so it's pretty bloody red, and you see those chili, you can actually eat it like it's candy.
So here we got the popcorn chicken. You can see it's like really red. There's a lot of chili flakes in there and some jalapenos and basil.
Gotta get it with the basil.
And some of the peppers.
So much chili on this.
It's really good.
That salt and pepper is strong.
But those spices complement it really well. And it's still crispy too.
Super crispy. Taste the oil.
Yeah.
It's really in the back of my mouth.
Oil.
Really good. It's not really spicy. It's just it's less than a kick of spice.
Yeah,
it's more of a flavor.
Yeah, it's more on the back end.
And the
but
chicken's
without being
juicy.
overpowering. Yeah, definitely.
It's one of my go-to whenever I'm at Spices 3. Me loving popcorn chicken. This is basically the popcorn chicken of Spices 3. I love eating these chicken with the basil and the jalapeno all at one time.
Oh, yeah. So here we have one of their specialties is the spicy lamb. You can see that there's like cilantro, jalapenos, and some chopped up chilies in there. It's one of the things they're known for.
Got some chili and cilantro. Meat's a bit tough. Very chewy.
The lamb can be gamey, but because of the spices they throw in there and the herbs, it really cuts through that gaminess. But it actually adds like really good flavor there too. It adds those like really good herb flavors.
What's it called? Explosive spice. I thought it was gonna be super spicy. It's not even spicy at all to me, to be honest. It is a Szechuan spice, so I would say that if you eat more of those chili, your lips might get a little numb from it. But if you can handle it, that's on you. And now we have here the Shang-hai noodle. This is my go-to whenever I'm here at the spot. I like to get this, the 149, the Shanghai noodles with the salted pepper chicken. The noodles does complement the chicken. It has some minced pork, noodles, and some greens in this. My go-to. I love this spot. I love getting this even though it doesn't have Szechuan or it's not a spicy dish.
It's the one dish that we've gotten that actually doesn't have any peppers in it.
So cheers. I love it. I love the flavor. Don't know how to explain the flavor.
It's really good. There's like a nice balance to it.
Now you know what I mean by if you eat this with some spice, right?
It will really complement those flavors.
It's not too strong of flavor, but yet it's really good.
And the noodles aren't overcooked too. They're nice and chewy still.
Yes.
Pork is really tender, and the greens are actually really good in there too.
It's a little savory of a noodle, and like you said,
there's like a nice balance of sweetness to it without overwhelming
The
it.
next eats on our list is gonna be Vien Huong. This one's the OG spot, the spot to go to. My family's been bringing me here for 2 decades since I was a little baby. And now it's a place that I still go to with my family and also with my friends. You hear that? That's Chinese music. Hey, Happy New Year's, y'all. We're actually not gonna dine out there right now because we dine there pretty often. So I do have a lot of B-rolls, as you see right now, of this place. It's a place that I've been going to for 2 decades since I was a baby, right? Same for you. I love their Chuzhou chomi. They're known for their Chuzhou hao fan, which is the white noodles, the thick white noodle. But I like their egg noodles. They see the thicker egg noodles.
I always get the skinny egg noodles with the ones on here. So that's one of my favorites here.
So the Chuzhou chomi is minced pork, kidney, fish cake, fish ball, chicken. There's
Shrimp,
so much. Yeah, the shrimp as well. There's so many toppings on it. They don't really have much flavor in it.
You don't just eat it by itself, but you actually have it with their special house-made sauce. Again, they use chilies in there, but it's not overpowering. It's not too spicy. It actually complements noodles really well.
And when I come here, I like my soup on the side. I like to pour just a little soup into my noodles. I like to put the chili, their homemade VH chili, which they sell separately. Their jalapenos.
Pickled jalapeno.
Yeah, pickled jalapeno, hoisin, and some hot sauce. Super good. It's not even spicy. It's just all flavor. So when you drench the noodles with sauce,
they all work really well together.
All the toppings.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would all work together, but it all complements and it pairs well with each other.
And we're talking about like all the toppings with it, like the minced pork, the kidney, everything. It goes well with all the sauce with the noodles. It looks like a hole in the wall. I mean, as you see, it's a little boarded up. That's because of the protest.
You might think kidneys are weird, but it is actually one of their most popular dishes here. And to actually have it in the noodles is really good too.
I love their kidney, but unfortunately, price has risen a good amount for those kidneys. So I don't really order it as an appetizer no more. I just get it with my noodles included already.
Definitely gotta get the fish cakes here too. I think it's another specialty that's here. I used to always get it when I was a kid, and I still get it as an adult today because it's really good.
VH is really compared to Tunky, but VH is my go-to compared to Tunky. I love Tunky as well. It's still one of my childhood places, but VH is my spot.
I think it's a lot of people. If you're from Oakland and you grew up around Chinatown, then definitely, you probably most likely came to VH at one point.
Yes.
Or a couple times.
I would say VH is the most popular restaurant or noodle house in Chinatown. Yeah, in Oakland as well. Yeah, in Oakland Chinatown. Alright guys, that is it for our Oakland Chinatown must eat video. We got some drinks now because it was a little bit oily. Now we gotta drain it all down with some milk tea. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, Don't forget to subscribe, because next week we're actually going to be doing late night eats in Oakland Chinatown. Spots you gotta try in Oakland Chinatown late night. So yeah, until then, travel heads.